you're here with me, your daughter here, we're here to kind of give you extra support. If you were completely on your own, as good as you did right there, I wouldn't feel comfortable with you being in your house by yourself. Because all it would take is one misstep and bang, you'd go down, and we can't afford that. So the goal in physical therapy is going to get your legs strong, get your trunk strong, get your balance back to more normal.
Right.
And once we can do all that and we can be convinced that you can get up and go over there and there's no issues with balance at all, then we kick you on out of here. But it would be much better for you to stay a few days or a couple of weeks here, let us get you good and strong, then have you go home, than to go home and have a fall, and then you'd be in the hospital, maybe you had a broken hip, whatever. Now, the one thing I didn't ask you about, that right hip, when you were walking over there and coming back, how did that hip feel?
It didn't bother me much moving.
Okay, good. Because moving in the bed, it was not comfortable.
It hurt.
So is it hurting when you're sitting here right now? Okay.
No, it's not hurt.
He was basically laying for 8 days though.
So you're kind of a thin guy.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of extra padding. I will just tell you that all those bones around your pelvis and your hip, you don't have a lot of padding for those. When you lay in bed for a long time, that can make things sore too, because you know people actually have skin breakdown sometimes if they lay too long without getting up and around. So I think I'm really optimistic that you're going to do really well with us. Now there are a couple of other tests I need to do that kind of are standardized balance assessments. So what that means is that if a therapist in California did this test with you and gave you a score, it would be very similar to the score I'm going to give you based on how you do. So it gives us an idea, a very objective way of identifying how well balanced you are. So there's two balance tests I want to do with you. The first one is called the 30-second chair stand. Okay? So all we're going to do is we're just going to time you and see how many times you can safely stand up and sit down in 30 seconds. I'm not going to help you. You've got to do it on your own. If you do 1, that's okay. If you do 10, that's fantastic. You don't get an A, a B, a C, or a D. It's just simply something that kind of tells us how strong you are. And it kind of tells us what we need to work on.
Do I work with this?
You can stand up and grab that, but we're not going to walk anywhere. We're just going to stand up and sit down, and I'm going to time you for 30 seconds. The second test, I'm going to actually get a wheelchair over here, and we're going to do what's called a timed up and go. What you're going to do is you're going to stand up, walk to a certain